Pershing tank that becomes a developmental model for so many of this American series of tanks, M47, M48, and then this M60. The American idea post-World War II is you evolve your tanks. So there's a lot very similar in their design. What really happens is the tanks just seem to get bigger with bigger guns on. The overall shape and much that goes into it stay the same. And what you've got here is a huge cast turret. This is all steel still. It's got a British gun that was put on the M60. It's a 105 L7 gun that was designed to be put on the Centurion tank. The Centurion was upgraded. It started way back with a 17-pounder, then a 20-pounder, then this 105 gun. Why everybody liked that gun? The Americans use it on this tank, the Germans use it on the Leopard, is for the size of gun that we can fire a range of guns. Also, they started firing similar and dark back when the very, very effective gun. And it actually made things like the Conqueror tank, the M103, the American tank redundant because the gun was so effective. This particular M60 is in the paint scheme of the unit that was being, actually at the time it was in Europe by the Americans and being used over part of NATO, and they very kindly gave us an M60. This is one that's been improved, what they call a RISE model, reliability improved selected equipment. In other words, they made the engine better with the idea. And if you look at the rear there, that huge great engine bay, that's a Continental diesel engine in the back. The M60A3 model this is, and on the top there, white light is basically a searchlight that we turned on. Obviously that's visible. You're starting to get vehicles now with different types of sighting systems, infrared, which means you can use it at night. The only thing is infrared is detectable. And so again, this idea that you're making your tanks more functional, again through 24 hours rather than just during the daytime. M60 was replaced in American service by Abrams, and the first Abrams still had that same British gun on. Only later did they put the 120mm gun on. So out comes our Chieftain. At the moment, turret over the reverse, over the rear. Chieftain was a British answer to the Cold War threat. And Britain came out of World War II with a sort of sense that we never want to go to war again with a tank that is outgunned by the enemy or has less armour protection. That was the lesson Britain learned from World War II. We were fed up of being knocked around by bigger tanks like the Panzer and the King Tiger. So the idea behind British thought was the gun is supreme. So our gunnery was led the world. I just mentioned the 105 gun. This is a 120mm gun that was put on the Chieftain, and the technology that went into that gun was quite astounding. Before that gun fires, when it's sighted on an enemy vehicle, a light is shone from inside the turret to the cap on the end of the barrel, and that cap has a mirror, and the light is bounced back inside the turret so that they can register if that long barrel has got any droop or any bending. The other thing they do is they put a jacket on the barrel to try and hold it on. And this is a gun that if it's firing a target 2.5 kilometres away, all of that is working by computer before the gun fires, so that you've got a tremendous accuracy compared to World War II tanks. And if we're honest, World War II tanks, one round over, one round under. If you've got a good gunner, you might get the third round on the target. So the Chieftain's got really thick armour on it, still got steel armour, still regeneration, and when the Soviets got bigger guns on their tanks, we added more armour. So this particular model of Chieftain, I think it's Mark 10 out there, that's got steel brew armour on it. Now, silver armour was basically extra packs of armour put over the frontal arm, over the front of the turret, and that meant you got that extra protection. Leyland L60 engine in the back, less said about that the better. That was the one vulnerable thing about Chieftain. It tended to have an unreliable engine. They spent a lot of time trying to get it more reliable. Now the Germans, after the Second World War, they came to different conclusions than Britain did about what you need from a tank. They started off by being issued M48 tanks from the Americans. 1955, NATO wanted the Bundeswehr to be reformed. In other words, let's get a German army. We might need them if the Soviet bloc was to attack in the Cold War. Therefore, the Germans started their own program. And it took about 10 years to come up with this, the Leopard 1. And most tank programs after the Second World War, about a 10-year tends to be the sort of program time from inception to service. And what the Germans had learned from World War II is, yes, you still need that great gun. So they went to Britain, they got that British 105mm L7 gun, but the Germans said, look, something's going to penetrate you one way or another. So don't just keep adding armour as they've done with the Tiger and the King Tiger. They went to speed instead. And the whole idea of the Leopard was the armour protection on the first models was proof against 20mm cannon, but that was all. They weren't too worried about that. They thought that speed was going to be your best defence. So they gave the Leopard this something dreadfully risky new diesel engine in the back, and that was going to give it enough weather to whip around faster than anything else. And also, the idea that it's so fast, there's very little chance the enemy's anti-tank guns are going to catch up with you and knock you out. And that is a great advantage of the Leopard. So it goes into service first with the German army, and then many of the countries that had originally bought Centurions off of Britain, when they replaced them, they replaced them with Leopards. And again, they're still in service, Leopard 1s all around the world. And of course the Germans started, as soon as it went into service, they started building the Leopard 2, which was its replacement. About 2,400 Leopard 1s were sold, ended up with about a 40-ton tank. And of course they were very clever, the Germans, because they started ending up putting extra armour on it and putting that mobility up. So one end of the German tank development, Leopard 1 there, and there's our Panzer III starting to move off. And as I mentioned earlier, what we're going to do for you now is the vehicles will parade off. They're going to do a nice little carousel off all together, and then we'll give you a bit of a heads up, because then that Tiger will be leaving the arena. It will go up the road beside the Vehicle Conservation Centre, turn left, head along that road, so you're welcome to go up there and watch it drive along there, and then it'll enter the museum back into the Tiger display, so it'll end up going in there. Just to, as we are going to move the Tiger, there is a white Suzuki outside our premiere hall at the end of the building, WF16FYG. Can we recommend you please go down there rather quickly and move it, or it's going to get crushed by a tank. So that's a white Suzuki, needs to be moved, WF16FYG. Someone can get down there and move it very quickly, please. So obviously, ladies and gentlemen, as we watch those tanks go around there as they parade off, just so you know, obviously the museum's there, it's open till 6 o'clock. Once we finish our parade, the rides vehicle will be getting going again in the arena, so again you'll be able to get a ride in an armoured vehicle, and the Tiger will be parked up back inside the Tiger display, so when you go back inside, as I mentioned earlier, do just watch yourself, because any of these vehicles, once they've been running, the rear end, the exhaust gets pretty hot. So if you go up to them, but the Tiger will be back in that display, and you can go in there and have a word with the crew. The Panzer III will be ending up back in where the Tiger normally stands, which is in the World War II hall. Sorry, not the World War II hall, the new display hall. So you'll be able to have a closer look at that as well. like the displays of moving armour out here, don't forget, end of June we have our big Panzer event, where we have about 50 different vehicles that we're driving around, and for this year's contest we're actually buying a Panzer from the French country. So again, that's going to make an interesting contribution. We've got a Hargo tank, the Japanese tank, will be coming to contest. And again running, so have a look on our website if you like this sort of display. Tankfest is really the one for you.